welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to do a Q&A because we have been meaning to do a Q&A for you guys for so long, but life has been getting so hectic that we haven't had a chance. So I was finally able to throw up a photo on Instagram and ask what y'all want to hear, and so we're going to answer a few of those today. You and Nick were cars. What kind would you be? You would be like an 80s Ford pickup truck, with a stripe down the side.
That'd be pretty cool. In all reality, you would be a Lincoln, Aaryn. A Lincoln Navigator.
Nick.
Because you're really expensive to take care of.
That would be not a Lincoln. That would be like a Range Rover.
Lincolns are expensive too.
Not really. We haven't had any problems.
Yeah, except it rattles.
Okay.
What kind of car am I? A 1980
I think you'd be an 80s
150?
F-150 with a stripe down the side.
You couldn't give me a 250?
No, just a 150.
All right.
Okay,
what color stripe? White stripe?
What
color is the vehicle?
Sure. I'm not really sure, like maybe blue and white.
Does it have rust on it or not?
Yes. Rusty. Okay, crusty and rusty.
Crusty and rusty?
Mm-hmm.
I could dig that.
So what do you think, what kind of car do you think you would be?
I would say that I am a 1994 F-250 crew cab with a lift kit, all original except for the interior. The interior would be redone, obviously, because people smoked back then and it smelled really bad.
Yeah, the question was, what would you be if you were a car, not what car do you want?
That's what I would be, and it just happens to be what I want.
I think I would be like an old Suburban that's like can barely, you never know like when it's gonna give out. Like it's like any day it's just gonna.
With like 300,000 miles on it?
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't know, like you can't take it on a family vacation because at any moment it could just break down. That's what I feel
and
that I
drive
am.
off the cliff.
No, Nick. Next.
The most important question, who farts more?
Me, for sure.
I rarely fart.
Here, let me rephrase that question. Who farts more when they're awake, and who farts more when they're sleeping? I fart more when I'm awake. Aaryn farts more when she's asleep.
How do you even know that I fart when I'm asleep?
Because whenever you fart, my spider senses go off. Because you always give me so much shit for me farting. So I'm like, oh, that was a fart.
Why do I fart in my sleep though? That's weird.
Probably because you asleep is like me conscious.
Sick. Okay.
You just let it all go, baby.
Okay, Nick.
Now, you mentioned going to church a while back. Is that something you were still interested in doing?
Yeah, we want to go to the cowboy church.
If I could get Aaryn out of bed by
God, Nick.
11 o'clock
Here you go with
on
that.
a Sunday morning.
That is not true.
It's hard enough getting these girls ready for school. Sending them to church,
yeah, it would be a lot.
we'd get kicked out. If
Well, no, they would
you
have to
can
go to
get
Bible
kicked out of church,
study.
we'd be the ones getting kicked out of church. I went to church every Sunday. I was a good Catholic boy.
I did too, but not
And I had to go to
Catholic.
church school on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I didn't do that, but I did go to church, non-denominational, First Baptist.
How is money managed between the two?
Not well.
I don't know. I mostly just spend money and then until he tells me that we have to pump the brakes, and then I stop for like 30 minutes, like a 30-minute interval, and then I forget that he told me to stop.
Let's just say I cancel cards a lot and forget to tell Aaryn.
Diamond, come here. Did you poop everywhere?
And then how long will your YouTube series last?
The YouTube series, the first season is going to be 10 episodes. And at the end of this season, after the 10th episode, we're going to reevaluate what the next step is going to be.
Yeah. We're going to run the numbers. We're going to crunch the numbers.
They're like,
We're going to do the 10 episodes, but one of the frustrating things is there's certain things that we can't do because then it gets demonetized. So
Yeah, so there are just some things that in order to be like ad friendly, we have to stay in a certain box. And so we have been thinking about other ways to bring you guys content where we don't have to like censor ourselves, and also like ad free. So we're still kind of working on what that's going to be for season 2.
yeah.
How is life with 4 kids?
Life with 4 kids is obviously like very hard, but it's also like makes me very, very happy. Like I'm sad to be done having kids, but at the same time I'm happy that that childbearing chapter is over because it's really hard.
I'd compare it to riding up a hill on a bicycle, but your chain fell off. And so you just keep on pedaling, but you're not really going anywhere. It is tough. 4 kids is very tough, but I think we'll keep them.
A lot of people are asking, are you going to have any more?
No,
Hell no. Heck no.
no, we're not. No,
And you don't want to try for a boy?
no.
No, we've tried that. Didn't work.
What kid's personality match the parents best?
Reese is definitely Aaryn. She looks like Aaryn. She acts like Aaryn. She's hard to argue with like Aaryn. I would say Skyla definitely has Aaron's like, what's the word? Showmanship? Performance?
She's
Like,
a natural performer.
yeah, she's a performer. I spend a lot of time watching her performances, and they're very good. Adeline's just really just
Adeline
chill.
is you. She's very you.
Yeah.
She's snuggle buggle.
She's a snuggly, buggly baby. She likes being outside. She loves animals. Like she's obsessed with animals.
She's
And
Nick.
like my only concern with that is like if there was a snake out there, she'd pick it up.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to work with her on that. Lizards, she'll pick them up all day long. She tries to catch them. That's fine.
I was like that too when I was little though. So, I mean, they each have like little parts that are me too.
And the funny part, I love all animals except for reptiles. Like, I do not mess with reptiles. I hate snakes, hate lizards. So,
I agree with all of that.
and Cody,
We don't know
we're
yet.
still figuring her out. She's about as needy as her mom. I can tell you that.
God.
How do y'all keep your love life spicy?
Well,
We can't really answer that question on camera.
why not? We keep it pretty spicy, you know. I'm competing, I'm competing with Cody right now
Yeah.
for the twins, but that'll be over soon, hopefully.
Craziest place y'all, you know.
What?
Craziest place y'all, you know.
Oh, can you be more descriptive?
Nick, shut up. He knows. Where would you say? Mom, please click out of this. I have my skin crawls thinking of my mom watching this.
Well, a couple bathrooms.
What?
You not remember at our wedding?
Oh yeah, Nick.
What?
God.
All your cousins were outside. That was the only time I was like, yeah, I don't know if this is a good idea. Okay, all right, yeah, let's do it.
No, it was in your Jeep, like out on the random place in the ranch. We were dating, and that was when I was wild and crazy. That's how I hooked ya. And it was like in the middle of the night, the moon was like shining stars. You could see all the stars. And my grandpa called me the next day and let me know that there are game cameras all over the ranch.
Yes, and there's a dead rabbit in the back of the car.
My
truck.
grandfather.
What is your favorite vacation you've taken as a family?
I really loved, the first thing that popped in my head was, I love going to the ranch with the kids. It's like very special to me, but my favorite like like, big vacation we did as a family was when we only had Adelaide and Skylar and we went to Punta Cana.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was really cool.
Punta Cana was fun. I mean, I like going to the ranch. So
Yeah.
for me, it's going to the ranch. Even though all those trips are fun and we have a good time, like going to the ranch is my happy place.
Yeah, I would agree.
Would you ever have an open relationship?
No, no way in hell.
Who's asking?
Amanda. How does your Taste family feel about YouTube, your fame, all that stuff?
You know, my family, they don't fully understand it. Like we were always, you know, none of this stuff was around when we were growing up. So, you know, and we're relatively private. So I would say now, like at first they didn't understand like how it was monetized and stuff like that and how people make money with this type of platform. Now they're seeing it like across all of the businesses and they're seeing the marketing capability. I mean, you have to be able to market yourself. So they understand that piece, but.
Well, your mom told me last time she was here that because she started watching quilting YouTube. And she said that one of the girls
that got her hooked, line, and sinker.
She said that one of the girls that she watches, the girl said just came in. One of the girls that she watches started her own like quilting company, I guess, like where she either sells quilts or she sells like accessories for quilting or whatever. But she's got this really successful company, and her patterns like sell out right away because she's a YouTuber. So she told me last time that she was here that she finally understands what I do because now that she's watching somebody who does it and sees how the business runs, that it makes sense to her now.
Yeah.
5 years, 6 years later.
Well, my mom's a quilting maniac, so it's funny that that's what made her realize that.
Yeah.
She has like a quilting room. She has a long arm quilt machine. She quilts all sorts of stuff for the girls, and
Yeah.
she's like from Little House on the Prairie, just quilting away.
How do you guys get through rough patches, bigger fights, or arguments?
Silence and separation. I think the way that we handle like a big argument or when we're like really mad at each other is just like stepping away from it and like having space. You know, it doesn't even take that long, maybe like a couple hours, if that. And then usually like everybody comes back to their senses and we just are able to move on from it. Like we just don't dwell on stuff, but we take like a breath away from each other.
One of us does. I'm like
No,
walking around.
I walk away. I just go.
I walk away, and you chase me around.
That's
Arguing
before I was
me.
medicated.
Arguing. It's like, Aaryn, I don't want to argue right now. I'm going on a walk around the perimeter.
Well, I used to just say like, I used to be mad when you would do that. But now I'm like, okay, I don't care.
Honestly, it's been really good the last couple of weeks. No, I'm just kidding. A couple of years. Ever since we got out of that house.
You just learn how to, but you just learn how to like let stuff go, I think.
One thing you two will never agree on, no matter what.
Probably hunting.
Oh yeah. I don't like hunting and I don't agree with hunting, although I own a hunting ranch. I know that doesn't make sense, but I don't like it and he loves it. And I just, I don't like hunting.
What is your 5-year goal?
Well, we're still gonna be here in this house. Like we've already like found our goal house. I would like to have like Zell, lay down. I would like to have like
Good girl.
Western
Lay down.
art up
Lay
in
down.
the house in
Lay
5
down.
years.
Lay down.
I have like a very specific way that I want to decorate the house, and it's very expensive. So I would hope that in 5 years, like all the Western art can be up on the walls. Our house can be like, finished and organized the way that we want it. It's just really hard right now because of the kids. But I feel like with our businesses, well, I don't know about you, but I feel like things are going in, I want to still be doing what we're doing now in 5 years. But I just want to have our house more like not so bare.
Your 5-year goal is to have Western stuff in the house.
That's
My
a good
5-year
goal.
goal is, I don't know, be alive. I'm just kidding. That's from a movie. If any of you haven't seen that. I think my 5-year plan would be to get these businesses all running efficiently, and be in a position where we can, do anything or have anything, I think. So
In 5 years, that's like pretty
Yes.
lofty.
having somebody answer my phone calls for me would be nice.
I just want to have our house decorated in all Western, like expensive Western art.
That's a good goal.
If you had to give someone one piece of advice about marriage, what would it be?
Oh, well, I think I said this, but I think it's just pick your battles. I used to get really worked up over things that are so like basic and just like pointless. And now I just really like pick and choose when I'm gonna get really angry. And I haven't gotten very angry at you in quite some time. Actually, that's not true. It was just the other night, but we were fine the next day.
2 words, detached garage. If you have one of those, everything will be just fine.
Last weekend, I'm like, what is he doing? The kids are running around crazy. Like, they had snow days, so they were in the house for 2 full days. And then the weekend, so 4 full days just locked in the house because it was freezing, ice, snow, everything. I'm in here trying to like keep the house from crumbling, underneath them. And I realized halfway through the day that Nick just is nowhere to be found. And I'm going, what is he doing right now? I was so irritated. I walk outside. He's in the garage with organizing bins, organizing all of his accessories
And furniture.
parts into these little bins like this size. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Are you like counting each individual little guy or what?
No, I was organizing everything into a bin and then labeling what it was.
Oh yeah, he was like labeling, like, getting everything perfect, and I'm in here just trying to.
I had my
stay above
flashlight
water.
box, I had my knife box, I had my batteries, I had my radios, I had everything organized. Simple stuff.
What are your love languages?
Our love
No
languages?
way. My love language, it used to be words of affirmation. I don't know if I haven't taken the quiz in a long time. I mean, it was like when we first got together, we took that quiz. I'm sure yours is the same. What do you think his is? Physical touch.
You just gotta hit her with those breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you'll be just fine.
Yeah. It's weird because you never do it.
I'm working on it.
Is Nick afraid of getting snipped?
Anybody would be, snip next to what you gotta snip, anybody's gonna be afraid of that. Zell, sit down. You're in my shot.
Lay down, Bill.
Zell, lay down.
Lay
Lay
down.
down. Lay down. Good girl.
Do you agree about all things parenting?
We're pretty aligned on the parenting front. You gotta discipline your kids. You gotta teach them accountability.
We try so hard, and they just don't listen.
But sometimes I just give in and give them whatever they want.
Yeah, absolutely. That is like, I'd say the main thing that you do that I like don't do is like he will give them food and let them roam around the house just with the food. If I'm doing anything and I'm not in there, I'll come in and they'll have like cereal on the top bunk, like ice cream like underneath. I'm like, why do you
I don't
just
let
them
them
have
get the
that?
ice cream. They get the ice cream on their own.
We got new locks. We finally got new locks on the fridge and freezer because they were able to break the other locks. Reese, 2 years old, can break the lock. So we got stronger ones, and so I'm hoping those will work. But you never close them, so that I would say food around the house.
And food in the car. Take a look Stick that camera inside her car and tell me what you see.
Stick it in his car anytime that we're in your car for a road trip and tell me what you see.
No, my
Same
car,
thing.
I clean
Your
my car.
car is crap.
First thing I do is clean my car out.
No, yeah, so do I. Your car is, a trash can on wheels just like mine.
No, it's not. You have gunk underneath
So
your
do
seat.
you, Nick, you have gunk everywhere.
Since you both are out of town a lot, are you guys ever afraid of each other cheating?
No. No. And this is funny because this like comes up all the time because Nick is an attractive man. Women love him. He's a ladies' man. He's around women when he's gone and all of that. But you would have to be like a complete moron to cheat on a woman with 4 kids. Like, I'm sorry. You would have to be completely brain dead. That's just... What does that mean?
I'm just kidding. I was just building up the drama for the camera. Yeah, Aaryn, first of all, I wouldn't have to get snipped because she snip it off altogether. And second of all, cheating on somebody that I travel a lot, but what you got to understand is I'm working all the time. I don't have time for that. I barely have time for her.
How many times have you been to Disney? How many times for Nick?
For Nick? Oh, like each. Did you go to Disney before we met?
Yeah, my family, we went, 2 or 3 times, I think.
I don't know. I've lost count of how many times we've been to Disney.
Let me check the credit card statements and I'll get back to you.
I would say like twice a year since we got engaged.
Yeah, I haven't been for a while.
You went last year for my oh God, how old was I turning 29?
Yep, we went to Disney World for your 29th birthday.
Okay, Nick.
Do you like Disney as much as she does?
I mean, the girls love it. Yes, I like Disney, but I just think it's like the biggest money pit.
It wouldn't be the biggest money pit if you didn't buy the girls a toy in every single store we passed.
Okay, miss, we gotta go to Cinderella's castle for dinner and drink 1 glass of champagne, even though we're spending $100 and some a plate.
What does that mean?
Well, I just think Disney World would be more enjoyable if they served more alcohol.
Well, that's only Magic Kingdom, Nick, and you could get a whole bottle if you wanted.
Then I'd have heartburn.
Individually and together, like how many you have, how many she has.
We're in Texas, so it doesn't matter. Half of what you have is half of what I have.
Okay, we have the ranch. Nick
Yes.
has Core, Summerlane, Collective.
Summerlin, yeah.
Summerlin, Collective.
So we had, yeah, so
That's 4.
ranch,
I just did it.
which is a hunting ranch.
Ranch,
That's how we get the income.
Core,
Core, which is the office furniture business that I have 2 other partners on.
Summerlin,
Summerlin, which I have 4 other partners on, which is a multifamily development company.
Collective.
Collective, which we have a lot of partners because we've been raising money, but that's a gym. Pecos Princess, which is the online boutique. We have Aaryn Williams Incorporated, which is Aaryn's, like, all of her social media. Is that it? Sugarberry, which is this LLC under Pecos Princess. And what
That's
else?
it. That's it. So that's 8, right?
I think so. That's everything.
Are you too tired?
Yeah, of course.
I just got testosterone subscribed to me, so it's going to boost
Prescribed.
my energies. My energy.
Prescribed.
Subscribed?
Prescribed. Tara kept saying for Vegas, she was like, can we get conjoining rooms? And I was like, adjoining rooms? She's like, oh, yeah, I guess. Or you know what one of my biggest pet peeves is? When people call sequins, you know the sparkly things on shirts? Sequence. Like a sequence. I'm like, sequins!
Would you ever leave Texas
No.
It'd have to be like the biggest opportunity in the world to leave Texas.
Like what?
Like, moving back to Muscatine, Iowa.
Alone.
No, like if we had an opportunity to live on a giant ranch in Montana. Done. Maybe even Alaska. Alaska'd
No,
be cool.
I would never live in Alaska, Nick.
Why?
Because it's dark for half the year. That
So,
sounds horrible.
May help our sex life, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God. My elbow, every time I reach out from cheer, it just,
From
every
cheer.
time. Yeah, Nick, from cheer.
Recently? Thought you meant like cheering on Skyla. Yeah, carpal tunnel.
No, it's from like back handsprings and stuff, and from being a side base, holding girls
Yeah.
above my head.
Open a brick and mortar boutique.
Well, if we could get a spot on Main Street, if the timing and price was right, we would get a spot on Main Street, downtown Boerne, but those are very hard to come by, and I heard that they keep raising the price on the people who are already renting there. So basically, like, people get pushed out on Main Street because they keep raising the price. So I don't know, that would be scary. That would be like a scary move because
I think it would depend on how well the online does over the next few years, and if we have, I feel like if you did something like that, you'd have to buy the building or something like that.
they will never sell that, I don't think.
Well, you could go down to Welfare,
What's that?
a little drive-through town just north of us. You could be downtown Welfare.
Do you have any plans to add chickens to your animal farm?
Maybe one day, but it looks like a lot of work and looks nasty.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have eggs all the time, but chicken coops are nasty, chickens are gross.
Nick, the bunny thing is already like a lot, like cleaning the bunny hutch and like maintaining the animals that we do have is really hard. So adding chickens to have to clean out a chicken coop, like I will just spend $1.89 on eggs at H-E-B.
And like once they stop producing eggs,
Come here.
you kill the chicken and you eat it. I could never get Aaryn to allow me to do that. So we just have a bunch of barren chickens running around here. What? That's the way my brain works, the logical part, not the emotional part of, oh, I love this chicken.
What do you admire most about each other?
I admire most about Aaryn how strong she is. Not just physically, because she was a base on her cheerleading team. The girls up, but emotionally, she was very strong. She, ignores all the bullshit hate that comes from social media, and she just keeps trucking along and keeps on finding new ways to be successful. She, just with everything that she goes through, she's been through ups and downs, just with, stuff she's gone on personally in life, with her dad passing away a few years ago, and, going through the different jobs and careers and finding what she truly loves to do and doing it regardless of all the things that people say and all the BS that you have to deal with. You keep on going. Take care of the girls. You have a full-time job. You make a lot of money to support the family. Spend a lot of money too, but loop that one out and
Brush that under the rug.
yeah. You do a really good job. You're a great mom and a good businesswoman.
Thank you, honey. Well, I admire about you, mainly my favorite thing about you is that you are super helpful. A lot of women I know will say that they feel like they don't have any support or help from their husband when it comes to like the kids or the house or anything. But anytime that I like ask for help, I do have to ask, but when I ask, you always will. You never complain about, like, you know, picking up any slack. Like, when I was pregnant, he started taking over with animals because that used to be like my main chore, and now it's become Nick's chore. And then at nighttime, like once he gets home, because he gets home late from work, he will help do the girls' nighttime routine, and he rocks Reese to sleep at night, and he like always, like, we divide and conquer, which I appreciate, because there's a lot of men that just wouldn't be as helpful. And that's my favorite thing. But the other thing that I admire so much about you is how seriously you take both of our businesses. You work really hard for all of your businesses, but you also, you know, you're there in the middle of the night putting together shelves for Pecos. And, you know, you do it without complaining, and you don't make it a thing. And that is just really sweet, because a lot of people are selfish, and you're not selfish.
Thank you.
That was sweet.